Welcome back to Newlygreens. Today we're taking a look at some of the simple little indulgences that make life a little more bearable around our house.
That's right. You know, a nice glass of wine at the end of the day is one of those things that just makes me smile.
And, you know, obviously it's a personal choice, and there's lots of things that you can do, but having some sort of ritual that says the go, go, go of the day is over and it's time to kick down and downshift a little bit is an important aspect of a more balanced life.
That's right. So now we're going to visit Joe Canals in Island, New Jersey, where we're going to get a lesson in organic and biodynamic wines from manager Sean Woods. Hi, Sean. How are you?
How are you?
Thank you so much for helping us out today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for
coming. You know, wine is a subject that is near and dear to my heart.
I can vouch for that.
A lot of people.
And conventional organic doesn't really matter to me, but maybe you can tell me why organic is better for us.
Sure, of course. The first three wines we have today are all certified organic. And there's three different types of wine when you talk about organics. There's sustainable, organic, and biodynamic. Sustainable is basically they're trying to get certified as organic, but have not yet. But to be organic, there's no pesticides, chemicals they used at all in any of the winemaking process.
Can you give us kind of a Joe Canal introduction to wines?
Sure. The two white wines that we have today are a Chardonnay and a Sauvignon Blanc. Chardonnay is the most widely planted grape in the world. This is the heaviest white that there is. Sauvignon Blanc is what they would call a summer wine. It's very light, it's crisp, it's clean. You'll see a lot more oak used in Chardonnays than Sauvignon Blancs. We have Cabernets and then we do have a Merlot. Merlot is a little bit lighter than the Cabernet. It's not as dry. Cabernet is one of the heaviest grapes.
What am I looking for?
Well, you're looking for clarity, aroma, nose. It's a little green, a little grassy, lemony, citrus, and that's it.
We tasted the
The first one we just had was the Chardonnay. We'll move on to the Frog's Leap Sauvignon Blanc, and this is the biodynamic white.
Oh, great.
Cool.
So in biodynamics, it's really a holistic approach where you consider the whole vineyard as its own ecosystem. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of dedication. You can't use chemicals, so if you have a pest problem, what are you supposed to do? Benzinger actually has owl houses on tops of their vineyards. So by day they have falcons, which watch for the rodents, and at night it's the owls. So instead of using...
I thought you said outhouses.
Yes, so did I, actually. I was wondering where that was going to go.
So all the bugs go to the outhouse?
Going back to the Melania, this is their Cabernet, and this is from Chile.
Now, I believe they're fair trade also, is that right?
Yes.
Is organic in Chile the same as organic in California?
Yes and no. To be certified organic here, it has to meet the standards of the U.S. before it comes over. So they do all the practices that the U.S. certifies.
The certification company that certifies here in the U.S., I think you mentioned it before, it was
OF.
CCOF. So CCOF is U.S. only, and that's...
Exactly. Yep.
Now, I was told that something else to look out for with organic wine is, are 100% of the grapes grown organically, or just a percentage of the grapes?
Right. A lot of wines will buy grapes just to produce under their own label. If it's an organic, they can only buy from an organic certified grower to be considered organic. Like the next one we're going to try is the Long Meadow Ranch. His name is Chris Hall. He's actually been organic for the past 7 years, long before anybody cared if it was or if it wasn't. They don't necessarily pride themselves on being organic as putting a good wine out, like any other product would.
So this is another Cabernet?
This is another Cabernet. This one is going to be a little bit heavier, more fuller bodied than the first one we just had. This one you get a lot more of the raspberry characteristics, a little bit of the spice. It's not black pepper, it might be a little white pepper.
Okay.
All right, what else we have?
The next one is Eller's Estate Merlot, which is another Napa Valley wine.
You know, I really do believe we should go to Napa Valley.
It's awesome out there.
For a vacation.
So most of these seem to be California-based, with the exception of the Melania that we have here?
Yeah, most of them are the California-based because they do have the certification on the back, and that's why I picked those ones. In any section that you go into, you're bound to find at least 5 wines that are organic. The last wine we have is the Benzinger Tribute, which this is actually a Meritage. It's a blend of Cabernet Merlot, Petit Verdot, Malbec. So it's a Bordeaux style red wine from California. Most people think organic or biodynamic. It's a $10 or under bottle. That's not the case.
Is organic wine more expensive? And what you're saying is not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
It kind of, the practices that they use is about even to what it would take if you did use pesticides. There's no cost difference.
Okay.
It takes a lot more work, a lot more dedication to be organic, but it doesn't make the wine more expensive.
I see.
Or less expensive.
I find it myself hard to find organic wines. You know, 1 or 2. You know, you go to the store, maybe they'll carry 1 or 2, but maybe in fact they do carry a lot more. I just don't realize it because it's not labeled as such.
In our store, we do have a section that's just organic wines, but it's the majors, the Bon Terre, it's the Free. But the other wines, these are all within the aisles where they go. So this is in the Cabernet section, not the organics.
Right.
So if it's not being sorted at the store, where can people go to kind of find out about organic wine?
We do have shelf talkers that say if it's sustainable, if it's organic, or if it's biodynamic. And it'll give you the definition of it also on the card.
You know, informing people about what it is. I mean, you've got how many different kinds of wines?
10,000.
10,000 different kinds of wine.
Right, that's,
You know,
that's a
little
lot.
overwhelming.
Any
if you
little
don't
help I
know
can
what to look
get.
for. Yeah, exactly. So you also have this kind of special space back here.
Yeah.
You offer classes.
We do. It's called the Liquid Learning Center. So we do wine classes. We have a lot of corporations that come on for their Friday meetings. So we'll have an hour-long Friday meeting, and then we'll have a wine tasting.
It's our kind of business. We got to do that. All right.
Next meeting?
Notes to self in our corporate development plan.
Yeah,
we got to work
exactly.
that in.
For more information on organic wines, feel free to visit our podcast pages at newlygreens.com. Whether you're looking for sulfate-free, organic, and fair trade, a wine like Melania, or biodynamic like Benzinger, the options are rich and flavorful.
We'll also have a great discussion with Sean about the role sulfates play in wine production, and we'll address some of the concerns that some people have about the health effects of those. I'm sorry we couldn't get that in today. We just ran a little short on time.
Next up, we'll be speaking with the green goddess herself.